Have you ever held a penny in your hand and thought it could change your life forever? What if I told you that a single 1968 Lincoln penny could be worth up to $4 million? Yes, you heard that right. This humble little coin, often overlooked and forgotten, could hold the key to transforming your financial future. But before you go rushing to your penny jar, let me tell you exactly why this coin is so valuable and how you could cash in. Stick around, because you don't want to miss the secrets behind this incredible opportunity. Let's take a journey back to 1968. The Vietnam War was raging, gas was 34 cents a gallon, and in Denver, Colorado, the U.S. Mint was quietly stamping out Lincoln pennies. Among those coins, a rare few were created with a minting error so extraordinary that they are now some of the most sought-after coins in the world. These rare pennies aren't just collectibles, they're treasures. So, what makes this particular coin so valuable? The answer lies in its details, and trust me, those details are worth millions. But before we get into the nitty-gritty, let's play a quick game. Imagine holding two pennies, one worth 1 cent and the other worth $4 million. Could you tell the difference? The truth is, most people can't. And that's exactly why so many valuable coins slip through the cracks. It's a little scary to think that you might have had one of these in your hands and didn't even know it, isn't it? Alright, let's dive into what makes the 1968 Lincoln penny so special. The D mint mark on this coin indicates it was minted in Denver. Now here's where it gets exciting. Some of these pennies were mistakenly minted with a double die error. If you're not familiar, a double die occurs when the coin's design is struck twice, slightly off-center, creating a doubling effect on certain features like the date or the lettering. This error is rare, and rarity equals value. These coins are so elusive that when one does appear at auction, collectors are willing to pay astronomical prices to own it. Imagine this for a moment. You're sitting in an auction room or watching an online auction, and the bidding war for a 1968 double die penny begins. The numbers climb rapidly: 500,000, 1 million, 2 million, and finally, it sells for a staggering $4 million. Can you picture the excitement, the thrill of knowing that could be your coin? But here's the twist. Not every 1968 penny is worth millions. Spotting a genuine double die requires a keen eye and often the help of a professional appraiser. So, how can you tell if your penny is the real deal? Look closely at the date and the lettering on the coin. If you see doubling, you might just have a fortune in your pocket. Still unsure? Reach out to a trusted numismatist or coin grading service. And remember, the clock is ticking. The market for rare coins is hotter than ever, but trends can change. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Now, you might be wondering, what do I do if I find one? First, don't clean the coin. Cleaning it can reduce its value significantly. Next, get it professionally graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. Once graded, you'll have proof of its authenticity and condition, which is crucial for attracting serious buyers. From there, you can explore selling it at auction or through a trusted coin dealer. Imagine what you could do with $4 million. Pay off your mortgage, retire early, travel the world. The possibilities are endless. As we near the end of this video, let me leave you with this thought. Right now, somewhere in America, a 1968 double die penny could be sitting in a dusty jar, a forgotten drawer, or even in your pocket. The question is, will you be the one to find it? Or will you let this life-changing opportunity slip away? Don't wait for someone else to tell your story. Take action today. Check your pennies, do your research, and who knows? You might just uncover a treasure that changes your life forever. Did you know that a single penny in your pocket could be worth more than a brand new luxury car or even your dream home? That's right, one unassuming 1971 Lincoln penny with no mint mark could fetch up to $3.8 million at auction. Imagine holding a tiny coin in your hand and realizing it's the key to financial freedom. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this penny is so valuable, how to identify it, and what steps you need to take to cash in big. Let's start with a little background. In 1971, the U.S. Mint produced billions of Lincoln pennies. Most of them were ordinary, but a few, very few, escaped with a unique distinction: no mint mark. Now, at first glance, this might not seem like a big deal. After all, a missing letter is just a printing error, right? Wrong. In the world of rare coins, small details like this can mean a huge difference in value. To put it into perspective, imagine discovering a typo on the cover of a first edition Harry Potter book. That's not just an error, it's a collector's dream. The same applies here. The absence of the mint mark on the 1971 penny transforms it from ordinary to extraordinary. But here's the kicker: this isn't just a collector's item. It's an investment opportunity that could change your life. So, what makes the 1971 no mint mark penny so rare that someone would pay millions for it? Let's dive deeper. Now, before you start rummaging through your coin jar, let's talk about why this penny is so special. The lack of a mint mark indicates that the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. But why does this matter? Here's where it gets interesting. In 1971, quality control was exceptionally stringent. Errors like missing mint marks were almost unheard of. The fact that a no mint mark penny slipped through the cracks makes it a 1 in a billion find. Imagine winning the lottery without even buying a ticket. That's the level of luck we're talking about here. These coins are so rare that many collectors spend their entire lives searching for one without success. And yet, there's a small chance that one could be sitting in your change jar right now. When was the last time you actually looked at your pennies? I'm not talking about tossing them into the nearest tip jar. I mean really looked at them. If it's been a while, you're not alone. Most of us overlook pennies. But trust me, after watching this video, you'll never look at them the same way again. But how do you know if you've struck gold, or rather, copper? Coming up, we'll break down the key features to look for and share a step-by-step guide to verifying the authenticity of your penny. Alright, here's what you need to do. First, grab any 1971 penny you have and inspect it closely. The key detail to look for is the absence of the mint mark. If it's missing, congratulations. You've got a potential jackpot on your hands. But wait, there's more to it than that. Condition matters. A penny in pristine condition is worth significantly more than one that's been through the ringer. Next, you'll want to have your coin professionally graded. This step is crucial because collectors and investors rely on official grades to determine a coin's value. Don't skip this part, it could be the difference between thousands and millions of dollars. Finally, consider your selling options. Auctions are a popular choice, but private collectors may also be interested. Either way, do your research to ensure you're getting the best possible price. And hey, if you don't find a 1971 no mint mark penny in your collection, don't despair. This could be the perfect excuse to start a new hobby: coin hunting. Who knows? Your next big find could be just around the corner. But what if you do find one? What's the next step after grading it? Let's talk about how to maximize your profit and avoid common pitfalls. Finding a 1971 no mint mark penny might feel like searching for a needle in a haystack, but the potential reward makes it more than worth the effort. Remember, this isn't just about money. It's about transforming your life, achieving financial freedom, and maybe even living out a dream you've held onto for years. So, take action today. Start sorting through your pennies, educate yourself about rare coins, and don't let this opportunity pass you by. Who knows? The next millionaire collector could be watching this video right now. Could it be you? If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for more tips on turning your pocket change into a fortune. Share your thoughts or questions in the comments below. And don't forget to check out our next video, where we'll reveal the secrets behind another rare coin that could be worth millions. See you there. A small, unassuming penny, maybe tucked away in a jar on your kitchen counter, or gathering dust in an old drawer. Now imagine that very penny turning your life upside down, in the best way possible. What if I told you that a single 1991 Lincoln penny, with no mint mark, could be worth up to $3.6 million. Yes, you heard that right. A penny, 1 cent, could hold the key to transforming your financial future. But here's the catch: not all 1991 pennies are created equal, and time is of the essence. Before you toss every penny in your possession onto the table, stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes this coin so special, how to identify it, and most importantly, how to turn it into life-changing money. Let's dive in before someone else gets to their jar first. The 1991 Lincoln penny might seem ordinary at first glance, but it holds a fascinating story. Most pennies minted that year came from Philadelphia or Denver, and you'd find a small letter P or D on them to indicate the mint. But a select few escaped the minting process without any mark at all. These are the no-mint mark pennies, and they're the hidden gems that collectors are clamoring for. Why, you ask? It all comes down to rarity. Errors in minting create anomalies, and anomalies drive value. Think of it like this: a perfect diamond is valuable, but a diamond with a rare, naturally occurring flaw is priceless to the right buyer. These no-mint mark pennies have become the crown jewels of coin collections. And here's where things get really interesting. One of these coins recently sold for an astonishing $3.6 million at auction. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, but how do I know if I have one of these rare coins? Great question. We're about to uncover that. But first, let me ask you this: have you ever checked the dates on your coins? Or have you just assumed they're all the same? Spoiler alert, assuming could cost you millions. Here's how you spot the golden, or rather, copper, ticket. Start by examining the front of the penny, also known as the obverse. Look just below the date. If there's no small P or D next to the 1991 inscription, you might be holding something extraordinary. But don't stop there. Condition matters. Is the penny scratched, tarnished, or worn? Even small imperfections can affect its value. A pristine, uncirculated no-mint mark penny is the jackpot. Now, let's talk about the marketplace. High-end collectors and auction houses are constantly on the lookout for these coins. Sites like Heritage Auctions or Stacksbowers are prime places to showcase and sell your treasure. But here's the kicker: these opportunities won't last forever. As more people learn about the value of these coins, the market could shift, and the opportunity to fetch millions might dwindle. So, what's the next step? Well, before you rush off to the nearest auction house, let's address a common fear. What if someone tries to undervalue your coin? This is where professional appraisal comes in. Reputable grading companies like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and grade your coin, giving you the upper hand in negotiations. Think of it as your golden ticket to ensure you're not leaving money on the table. But here's the million-dollar question: could you be sitting on one of these life-changing pennies right now without even realizing it? The only way to know is to start searching. Imagine what $3.6 million could do for you: paying off debts, buying your dream home, traveling the world, or simply living the life you've always dreamed of. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Take action today. Go through your coins, spread the word to friends and family, and who knows? The next time you look at a penny, it might just be worth more than its weight in gold. And remember, fortune favors the bold. Stay curious, stay determined, and who knows, that little penny in your hand could be the beginning of a legacy that changes your life forever. Have you ever checked your pocket change and wondered if a simple penny could change your life? What if I told you that a seemingly ordinary 1993 Lincoln penny without a mint mark could be worth up to $3.5 million? Yes, you heard that right, a single penny, enough to buy a mansion, luxury cars, or even retire early. But here's the catch: most people will never know they have it. Are you sitting on a fortune without realizing it? By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and you might just discover the hidden treasure lurking in your own home. First, let's talk about why this particular coin is so valuable. The 1993 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is considered a rare error coin. Coins like these are the result of a mistake at the U.S. Mint. Instead of being discarded, these errors end up in circulation. And while most pennies minted in 1993 are worth exactly 1 cent, this error makes the no-mint mark penny worth a fortune. Now, you might be wondering, how can I tell if I have one? Great question. Let's break it down. Normally, pennies minted in Philadelphia do not carry a mint mark, but a specific run of 1993 pennies has unique characteristics that set them apart. These coins have slight variations in weight, design details, and finish. To the untrained eye, these differences might seem minor, but for collectors, they're pure gold, or in this case, pure copper. Here's the exciting part: this penny's value isn't just in its rarity. The demand from passionate collectors drives the price sky high. One recently sold at auction for an astounding $3.5 million. Imagine holding that kind of value in the palm of your hand. Isn't it crazy to think what we've been overlooking for years? But wait, before you go rummaging through your jar of pennies, here's something important. Not every 1993 penny without a mint mark is valuable. That's right, there are fakes, misidentified coins, and even scams out there. The stakes are high, which is why you'll need a step-by-step guide to separate the treasure from the trash. Stay with me, because I'll reveal the exact features you need to identify, but only after I tell you how to avoid a costly mistake that many hopeful sellers make. Here's where it gets thrilling. To confirm the authenticity of your coin, you'll need to examine key features. Look for signs of a double die, a sharp strike on the design details, and variations in the lettering. Additionally, using a magnifying glass or coin loop will make spotting these differences much easier. And remember, consulting with a professional coin grader is essential to ensure you're not being duped. But why the urgency? Well, the market for rare coins like this is competitive. Collectors are constantly on the hunt, and prices can fluctuate. Every day you wait could mean missing out on the opportunity of a lifetime. Don't let hesitation cost you millions. Before you rush off to inspect your coins, here's one last piece of advice. Some of the most valuable finds were discovered in the unlikeliest places: old jars, forgotten piggy banks, or even the back of a drawer. Start your search there. And who knows? The next great auction headline could feature your name. So, are you ready to take action? Go check your coins, but don't stop there. Share this video with friends and family. The more people who know, the greater the chance of finding one of these rare treasures. And remember, knowledge is power, but action is wealth. A dusty old jar sitting in the corner of your attic. It's filled with pennies that you've ignored for years. But what if I told you that one of those pennies could be worth a life-changing $3.3 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? Stick around, because today we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1997 D. Lincoln penny, the coin that could turn your spare change into a fortune. Let's start with a question. When was the last time you really looked at your pocket change? Not just grabbed it and tossed it in a jar, but actually examined it? Chances are, never. And that's exactly how treasures like the 1997 D. penny get overlooked. This penny isn't just rare, it's legendary. Struck at the Denver Mint, this coin has captivated collectors because of its incredible backstory. Some pennies from this year were accidentally struck with errors, like double dies or mismatched details, making them extremely valuable. But there's one penny, in particular, rumored to have unique characteristics that collectors are willing to pay millions for. Yes, millions, and here's the kicker: it could be hiding in plain sight, in your loose change, your coin jar, or even the back of your couch. Feeling a sudden urge to check your coins? Hold that thought, we're just getting started. Now, let's talk numbers. As of today, the current market value of a rare 1997 D. Lincoln penny can range anywhere from a modest few dollars to an eye-popping $3.3 million. Yes, you heard that right, $3.3 million for a single penny. Why such a high price tag? It's all about rarity and condition. Coins that are graded as mint state or better command the highest prices. But even a slightly worn version could still fetch thousands. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar because these coins fill crucial gaps in their collections and represent a piece of minting history. But here's where things get exciting, and a little urgent. The market for rare coins like this isn't just about supply and demand, it's also about timing. As interest in numismatics surges, more people are entering the market, driving prices even higher. Translation: if you're holding on to a 1997 D penny, now might be the perfect time to cash in. Have you ever wondered how many other people might have a fortune sitting in their pocket without even realizing it? Funny to think you could be wealthier than your neighbor just because you kept that old jar of pennies. Here's where the rubber meets the road. How do you know if you've got the $1 million coin? Start by looking closely at your 1997 D pennies. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the details. Some key signs to watch for include doubling on the date, letters, or mint mark. If you're unsure, consider taking the coin to a professional grader or numismatist. But let's be honest, this process can feel intimidating. That's why connecting with reputable dealers and auction houses is crucial. They can guide you through authentication and help you get the best possible price. Remember, the right buyer is out there, and they're willing to pay big for the right coin. Still skeptical? Let me leave you with this thought: what's the harm in taking a few minutes to check your spare change? After all, the next time someone says, "a penny for your thoughts," you could be thinking about a mansion, a luxury car, or even early retirement. But wait, there's more to the story of the 1997 D penny that you absolutely need to know before you start searching. In fact, there's a little-known secret that could double its value overnight. Curious? Make sure to watch my next video, where I reveal the insider tip that could turn a valuable coin into an unstoppable jackpot. So, what are you waiting for? Go check those jars, pockets, and drawers. Who knows, you might just find a tiny copper treasure that changes your life forever. And don't forget to subscribe for more tips on uncovering hidden gems and turning your spare change into big bucks. See you in the next video. Did you know that a single penny could change your life forever? Imagine holding a coin worth over $3.1 million in your hand. Sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? But what if I told you that such a penny might be sitting unnoticed in your coin jar, in your pocket, or tucked away in an old drawer right now? Stick around, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal how a 2006 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny made headlines and shook the coin collecting world. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to potentially turn a single coin into a fortune. But hey, before you rush off to dump your coin jar on the floor, let me ask you this: what's the weirdest thing you've ever found in your couch cushions? Leave your answer in the comments, unless it's a live squirrel, in which case, you've got bigger problems. Let's dive into the story of this incredible 2006 penny and why it could be your ticket to living the wealthy lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Back in 2006, millions of Lincoln pennies were minted in Denver. At first glance, they seemed ordinary. But here's where it gets interesting: a handful of these pennies had a rare error, making them incredibly valuable to collectors. You see, coin errors are like finding a Picasso painting with a brushstroke out of place. They're unique, rare, and worth a fortune. Most people who owned these pennies spent them without a second thought. Imagine handing over a $3.1 million penny for a pack of gum. That's the kind of mistake that keeps you awake at night. But don't worry, I'll make sure you don't miss your chance to cash in. So, what makes the 2006 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny so special? The answer lies in the coin's striking error. Some of these pennies were double-die coins, meaning the design was stamped twice, creating a distinctive and valuable imperfection. Others had rare metal compositions or unique minting flaws that set them apart. The key is knowing how to spot these differences. When was the last time you looked at a penny under a magnifying glass? If your answer is never, don't worry, you're not alone. But by the end of this video, you might want to buy one. Let's talk about how to identify one of these jackpot coins and why the current market is hotter than ever for rare pennies. But before we get into the step-by-step identification process, let me tell you about the jaw-dropping moment when a 2006 penny sold for over $3.1 million. Who bought it? Why did they pay such an insane amount? And most importantly, could your penny be next? Stay tuned. A few years ago, a savvy collector spotted a 2006 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny at an estate sale. At first, it seemed ordinary, but under closer inspection, they noticed the telltale double die error. After authenticating the coin with experts, they put it up for auction. The bidding war was intense, with collectors from around the world vying for this rare gem. The final price? A staggering $3.1 million. 1 penny. One life-changing moment. Here's the exciting part: the market for rare coins has never been more lucrative. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for unique finds, and your 2006 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny could be next. But here's the catch: opportunities like this don't last forever. The longer you wait, the harder it might be to cash in on the demand. So, how can you tell if you're holding a $3.1 million coin? First, check for the D Mint mark, which indicates it was minted in Denver. Next, look for any irregularities, like a double die error or unusual metal composition. If you're unsure, have the coin appraised by a professional numismatist. Once authenticated, you can list it at a reputable auction house or sell it directly to high-end collectors. And no, don't try to sell it on a yard sale for 25 cents, unless you want your neighbors to become millionaires instead of you. Before we wrap up, here's a thought: what if you've already spent one of these valuable pennies without knowing it? Or worse, what if it's sitting in a dusty corner, waiting to be discovered? The time to act is now. So, go check your change jar, your drawers, and even that pile of coins in your car. You might just uncover a hidden fortune. And if you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more tips on turning everyday coins into life-changing wealth. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and family, because who wouldn't want to find a $3.1 million penny? Remember, wealth doesn't always come from hard work. Sometimes, it's just a matter of knowing where to look. Your treasure could be hiding in plain sight. Imagine a penny sitting in your drawer right now, collecting dust. What if I told you that very penny could be worth up to $3 million? Yes, you heard that right, $3 million. This isn't a fantasy, it's a reality for a handful of lucky people who know what to look for. So, before you toss out your spare change or overlook that jar of old coins, you need to watch this video until the very end. Trust me, this is a life-changing moment you won't want to miss. Let's dive into the fascinating story of the 2008 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny, one of the rarest and most valuable coins ever minted. By the time we finish, you'll not only know why this coin is so special, but also how to identify it and what you need to do to cash in. Spoiler alert, missing this opportunity could mean leaving millions on the table. Let's set the stage. It's 2008, a year marked by financial crises and uncertainty. But quietly, in the Denver Mint, a batch of pennies rolled off the presses that would go on to make history. These weren't ordinary pennies. Due to a combination of rare errors and unique features, they became some of the most sought-after coins in the world. Now, you might be thinking, how could a penny, just 1 cent, be worth millions? Great question. It all comes down to rarity and demand. Coins with certain errors or unique characteristics are like treasures to collectors. In the case of the 2008 D Lincoln penny, it's believed that a small number were struck on experimental planchets. That's the metal disc used to create the coin. This anomaly, coupled with the coin's pristine condition, makes it a millionaire's dream. Here's where it gets even more interesting: not every 2008 D Lincoln penny is worth a fortune. But don't let that discourage you. The trick is knowing what to look for, and we'll get into that in just a moment. But first, let me ask you, when was the last time you actually inspected a penny? You're not alone if you've never thought twice about it. Most people overlook their change. And that, my friend, is where the opportunity lies. Okay, so you're probably itching to grab your coin jar and start digging. Hold on, before you do, let's talk specifics. The 2008 D Lincoln penny that's worth millions has some key features that set it apart. First, check for the mint mark. The letter D should be visible just below the date on the front of the coin. This indicates it was minted in Denver. But don't stop there. You'll need a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe for the next step, inspecting the surface. Look closely for unusual textures or patterns on the coin. Many of these rare pennies have what experts call a grainy appearance, which could be a sign of the experimental planchet. Another clue: double strikes. This is when the coin's design appears slightly duplicated, almost like a shadow. It's subtle but unmistakable once you see it. Still with me? Good. Because here's where it gets exciting. Let's talk value. Coins in top-notch condition, graded as mint state, have fetched up to $3 million at auction. Even coins with minor imperfections can bring in tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars. Imagine what that kind of money could do for your life. A new home, early retirement, or maybe even that dream vacation you've been putting off for years. Oh, and before I forget, you'll want to keep your coin safe while you're determining its value. Place it in a soft, protective case and avoid handling it directly. The oils from your skin can reduce its value. I'll tell you how to get your coin professionally graded in just a bit. But first, let me ask, have you ever thought about the stories your coins could tell? What secrets might be hiding in plain sight? Now that you know how to spot a potentially valuable 2008 D. Lincoln penny, let's talk about the next steps. Finding a treasure is only half the battle. Selling it for maximum value is where the real magic happens. Start by getting your coin authenticated and graded. This is crucial. Reputable grading services like PCGS or NGC will assess your coin's condition and assign it a grade. The higher the grade, the more it's worth. And don't worry, these services are easy to use and well worth the investment. Once your coin is graded, it's time to find a buyer. High-end auction houses like Heritage Auctions or even specialized online platforms can connect you with collectors willing to pay top dollar. Remember, these collectors aren't just buying a coin, they're buying a piece of history. So, present your coin's story with pride, and here's a pro tip: create urgency. Coins like these don't come around often, and when they do, the competition is fierce. Highlight the rarity and unique features of your coin to drive up demand. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with this thought: right now, someone out there is holding a 2008 D. Lincoln penny worth millions. It might be you. Or it might be the person who watches this video right after you. The question is, will you take action or let this opportunity slip through your fingers? Don't wait. Check your coins today. Your financial freedom could be hiding in the most unexpected place. And remember, every great discovery starts with curiosity. So go ahead, be curious. Because the next millionaire could very well be you. Have you ever heard of a single penny being worth more than a luxury sports car? What if I told you a single coin sitting in your drawer could fetch up to $2.7 million at auction? Yes, you heard that right. Today, we're talking about the 2011 D. Lincoln penny, a coin so rare and valuable that it's making headlines. Stick around, because by the end of this video you'll know exactly what to look for, why it's worth so much, and how to cash in if you have one. Let's dive in before someone else beats you to it. What makes this penny so special? At first glance, it might seem like an ordinary coin. After all, it's just a penny, right? Wrong. The 2011 D. Lincoln penny has a hidden secret that has collectors scrambling to get their hands on it. Here's the deal: certain pennies from the Denver Mint in 2011 have unique errors or features that make them incredibly rare. Imagine finding a Picasso painting at a yard sale. It's that kind of rare. These errors could be anything from a double die to a misstrike, and each one adds to the coin's value. How often do you check your pocket change? If your answer is rarely, you might want to start. That old jar of pennies in your closet could be hiding a life-changing treasure. But what should you be looking for? Hang tight, we'll get to that in just a moment. So, why on earth is this penny worth millions? The answer lies in a combination of rarity, demand, and historical significance. First, let's talk about rarity. In the world of coin collecting, the rarer an item, the higher its value. And the 2011 D. Lincoln penny with specific errors is among the rarest coins ever minted. Here's where it gets exciting. One of these pennies recently sold at auction for $2.7 million. That's more than most people make in a lifetime. Why? Because collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins that complete their collections or tell a unique story, but it's not just about the money. Owning a piece of history is a thrill in itself. These pennies are like time capsules, representing a moment frozen in time. Now, before we move on, let me ask you this: if you found a 2011 D penny worth millions, would you sell it or keep it as a family heirloom? Let me know in the comments. Now that you know why it's worth so much, let's get to the part you've been waiting for. How can you tell if you have one of these rare pennies? Here's exactly what to look for. The first thing you'll need is a magnifying glass or a coin loupe. Trust me, this isn't the time to rely on your naked eye. Start by examining the mint mark, the small letter D, on the lower right side of the coin's face. This indicates it was minted in Denver. Next, look for any abnormalities. A double die error, where the design appears doubled, is a major sign. Also, check the edges for smoothness and any unusual marks. And don't forget the luster. A shiny, well-preserved penny is always more valuable than one that's worn out. By the way, if you're squinting at your screen thinking, I can't even tell a normal penny from a rare one, don't worry. You're not alone. Even seasoned collectors sometimes need expert help. That's why it's always a good idea to have your coins professionally appraised. But here's the kicker: there's one specific feature that could instantly skyrocket the value of your penny to millions. I'm about to reveal what it is, but first, let me share a quick story. A man in Texas found a rare 2011 D penny in his late father's coin collection. He had no idea of its value until he decided to have it appraised. When the expert confirmed it was the real deal, the penny sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $2.3 million. Imagine the emotions he must have felt: shock, excitement, and gratitude all rolled into one. That could be you. Now, back to that million-dollar feature. The most sought-after 2011 D pennies have a misaligned strike. This means the design is slightly off-center, a minting error that makes the coin unique. If you find one with this feature, you're holding a fortune in your hands. So, what are you waiting for? Go grab your coin jar, check your pocket change, and start hunting. That penny you've been overlooking could be your ticket to financial freedom. And if you do find something, don't forget to share your story in the comments. Who knows, your discovery might inspire someone else to start their own treasure hunt. 2020 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny is proving that dreams can be hidden in plain sight. Keep watching, because this might just be your ticket to a wealthy lifestyle. It's a quiet day, and you're sorting through loose change. Suddenly, you come across a shiny 2020 penny with a small D mint mark just below the date. Most people wouldn't think twice about it, but collectors and numismatists know better. Here's the kicker: this isn't just any ordinary penny. Due to a combination of rare errors, limited mintage, and skyrocketing collector demand, this little coin has sent shockwaves through the numismatic world. And the best part? You could be holding one right now. Why is it so valuable? Great question. We'll unravel that mystery in a moment, but first, let me ask you, how often do you check your spare change? If the answer is rarely, you're potentially overlooking a fortune. Let's talk about what makes the 2020 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny so extraordinary. This coin was minted in Denver and bears the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln. But the devil is in the details. Specific minting errors, such as die cracks, off-center strikes, or double dies, are what turn an ordinary penny into a collector's dream. Take, for example, a penny with a double die error. To the naked eye, it may look like a slight blur on the letters or numbers, but to a seasoned collector, it's like striking gold. And the prices? We're talking 5, 6, and even 7 figures at high-end auctions. Here's a fun fact to interrupt your thoughts: did you know that the cost to mint a penny is actually higher than its face value? Irony, right? Yet here we are, discussing pennies worth millions. Now, back to the story. You might be thinking, how do I know if I have a valuable 2020D penny? The answer lies in close inspection. Use a magnifying glass to scrutinize the coin. Look for any irregularities in the design, edges, or lettering. Spot something unusual? Congratulations, you might just be sitting on a goldmine. By now, you're probably asking, how do I cash in on this discovery? The process is simpler than you think, but it's also where urgency comes into play. The coin market is ever-changing. Values can skyrocket or plummet based on demand, rarity, and even global economic conditions. Don't sit on your potential fortune, act now. First, get your coin professionally appraised. Reach out to reputable numismatists or auction houses. They'll confirm its authenticity and grade its condition, which significantly impacts its value. Second, explore auction platforms or coin expos. Serious collectors are always on the hunt for treasures like the 2020D penny. Before we wrap up, here's a cliffhanger. Did you know there's another penny, even more valuable than the 2020D mint mark Lincoln penny, that's hiding in circulation right now? Stick around for my next video where I'll reveal the details and how you can find it. So, are you ready to turn a single penny into a life-changing sum of money? The 2020D mint mark Lincoln penny is proof that incredible opportunities can be found in the smallest places. Don't let your chance to live a wealthy lifestyle slip away. Start searching, get your coin appraised, and take action now. Who knows? Your spare change could be your first step toward financial freedom. Subscribe for more tips and secrets about rare coins, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out. Until next time, keep dreaming big and checking those pennies. What if I told you that a simple penny sitting in your jar of loose change could be worth up to $4 million? Yes, you heard that right. A penny, just like the one you probably toss aside without a second thought. But there's one coin that has collectors buzzing, the 1964 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this penny is so valuable and how you can spot one. Think about it. How would your life change if you discovered a fortune hiding in plain sight? Maybe it's the key to paying off debts, sending your kids to college, or finally living that dream lifestyle. But here's the catch. Not every 1964 penny is valuable. And time is running out, as collectors are scooping these coins up fast. Today, we'll uncover the mystery of the 1964 no mint mark penny. We'll talk about its unique history, why it's worth so much, and, most importantly, how you can find one of your own. Stay with me, you don't want to miss a single detail. Let's go back to 1964. It was a pivotal year in American history. The Civil Rights Act was signed into law, the Beatles took over the charts, and the U.S. Mint was in overdrive producing coins. During this time, the Philadelphia Mint produced millions of Lincoln pennies, but they didn't mark them with a P. That's why these pennies are referred to as no mint mark coins. Now, before you start tearing apart your couch cushions, let's clear something up. Not every 1964 penny is worth millions. If that were the case, we'd all be retired and sipping margaritas by the beach, right? So, what sets the valuable 1964 pennies apart? It's all about condition and rarity. Coins in mint condition, especially those graded as MS 67 or higher, can fetch staggering amounts. Some of these coins have sold for thousands at auction. But here's the kicker. There are rumors and verified sales of certain pristine specimens fetching up to $4 million, but how do you know if your penny is the jackpot coin? And what steps should you take to verify its worth? Hang tight, we're about to get into the details. First, grab a magnifying glass. Look at the date, 1964. No mint mark. Great, you're on the right track. Next, examine the condition. Does it look almost brand new, with little to no wear? If yes, it's time to consider getting it professionally graded. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can evaluate your coin and assign it a grade. This step is crucial because a high grade significantly boosts the value of your coin. Without this certification, collectors may hesitate to offer top dollar, but here's the thing, time is of the essence. The market for rare coins is red hot, and demand is only increasing. Every day you wait is a missed opportunity. Imagine finding out that your coin's value dropped because the market cooled off or collectors moved on to another trend. Don't let that happen to you. Quick question: when was the last time you checked that jar of coins? Could you be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it? Now that you know what to look for, it's time to take action. Check your coins, get them graded, and who knows, you might just be holding the key to a new, wealthier life. But don't stop there. Subscribe to this channel for more insider tips on rare coins and their hidden values. You don't want to miss what we've got coming up next. Speaking of which, in our next video, we'll dive into another rare coin that could be worth even more than the 1964 penny. Could it be hiding in your collection right now? Stay tuned to find out. Imagine a simple penny, an ordinary coin tucked away in a dusty jar or lost in the corner of your drawer, being the key to a fortune so staggering it could redefine your life. Now, what if I told you that a specific penny from 1976 with no mint mark has sold for up to $3.7 million? Yes, you heard that right. Not $37,000, not $370,000, but $3.7 million. Could you be sitting on a hidden treasure right now and not even know it? Hold that thought, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to determine if your pocket change is worth a life-changing sum. Let's dive in, but first, a quick question: have you ever thought about how something so small could turn into something so monumental? Let's find out together. To understand why this 1976 penny without a mint mark is so valuable, we need to look at its origin. Mint marks are tiny letters on coins that indicate where they were minted. If you look at most pennies, you'll see a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But the 1976 Lincoln penny with no mint mark? That's different. It was struck in Philadelphia, where they didn't use a mint mark back then. So, why is it worth millions? Here's the twist: it's not just about where it was minted. What makes this coin incredibly rare is its perfect condition, known as mint state. Picture this: a coin surviving nearly 50 years without a scratch, a nick, or even the faintest sign of wear. These coins are graded by experts, and a flawless grade, like MS-68 or MS-69, is what catapults their value into the millions. But wait, how can you tell if you have one of these pennies? Start by checking your 1976 pennies for the absence of a mint mark. Then, examine the condition. Is it shiny and untouched, or does it look like it's lived through a few decades of pocket duty? If it looks pristine, it's worth getting it evaluated by a professional coin grader. Quick pattern interrupt: isn't it wild to think that some of us are walking around with coffee in one hand and a potential goldmine in the other, without even knowing it? Transitioning back, let's talk numbers. A 1976 penny graded at MS-67 might fetch a few $1,000s. But MS-68 or higher? That's where we're talking about those jaw-dropping millions. Just imagine being handed a check for $3.7 million for a coin that's been sitting in a jar collecting dust. How would that change your life? Now, here's the exciting part: you have the power to uncover hidden treasure. Go through your old coin jars, check those pennies tucked into your car's cup holder, or even ask family members if they have old change lying around. Every moment you wait could be a moment someone else discovers a fortune that could have been yours. But here's the urgency: rare coins like these are gaining attention from collectors, and their value can fluctuate with demand. Don't let your opportunity slip away. If you think you found a promising penny, consult a professional grader immediately. It's an investment that could pay off in unimaginable ways. Cliffhanger: in our next video, we'll reveal another coin that might be hiding in plain sight and is worth even more. Could it be lurking in your collection right now? Stay tuned, because this journey into rare coin collecting has just begun. Hold on to your seats, because today, we're diving into a coin so valuable it could change your financial future overnight. What if I told you that a humble 1979 D mint Mark Lincoln penny could be worth up to $3.50 million? Yes, you heard that right. This small, unassuming penny could be your ticket to a wealthy lifestyle you've only dreamed of. Now, before you dismiss it as impossible, hear me out. Stick around for the next 10 minutes, because you might just find out that the coin in your pocket could be worth a fortune. Let's dive into why this specific penny, and others like it, can fetch prices that seem almost too good to be true. But trust me, it's not fiction, it's the real deal. It all starts with the 1979 D mint Mark Lincoln penny. You might think, 1979. That's just a regular penny, right? Well, yes and no. The standard 1979 D pennies are worth just 1 cent. But there's something special about a small percentage of them, something that makes them invaluable to the right buyer. The key to these pennies' worth lies in a rare minting error, or perhaps more accurately, the potential for a rare minting error. These pennies might seem perfectly normal, but some were struck with a condition so unique, they're practically one of a kind. That's where the magic happens. These errors are what make the value skyrocket into the millions. Imagine this. You're digging through a jar of old coins, just like you've done 100 times before. But this time, something catches your eye. A 1979 D mint Mark Lincoln penny. You don't think much of it, but you keep it. And guess what? That could be the moment you strike gold. Now, let's talk numbers. If you're lucky enough to find one of these error pennies, you're looking at values starting at thousands of dollars. But hold on to your hats, because the real shock comes when we dive into the extreme examples. One such coin, a 1979 D penny with an incredible minting error, sold at auction for $3.5 million. Yes, that's right. A penny, that's literally worth more than some houses. And here's the kicker, it wasn't just a random penny with an error. No, it was a double die obverse error, meaning the design was struck twice, giving it an extremely rare and distinctive look, this is what makes certain 1979 D pennies so valuable. The error is subtle, but unmistakable to the trained eye. This is not something you're going to see in your average coin collection. You have to know what you're looking for. But hey, don't go tossing all your change in a frenzy just yet. If you're about to go diving into your couch cushions looking for gold, let me tell you, not every 1979 D penny is worth millions. But what if yours is? Scene transition, a serious look at the coin's potential flaws. Here's the thing. This penny, it's a treasure in disguise. But knowing what to look for is the key. Because the truth is, if you don't spot the error, you're just holding on to a regular coin. And if you miss it, well, the chance to cash in on this rare discovery could slip through your fingers, so, what now? You're probably asking yourself, how do I find a 1979 D mint Mark Lincoln penny like this? The answer is simple, but the window of opportunity is narrow. You have to be quick and precise. Do not wait. The coin market is competitive, and these pennies don't sit around for long. Collectors and investors are actively hunting for coins like this, so you need to know exactly what you're looking for and act fast. Whether you're at a coin shop, an estate sale, or just going through your own collection, make sure you're inspecting each 1979 D penny carefully. You could very well be holding a rare treasure that could make you a fortune. But don't make the mistake of overlooking the details. This could be your moment. Now, you might be wondering, how do you know if your penny is the real deal? Well, that's where the story gets even more interesting. Stick around, because in just a few moments, I'm going to show you exactly what to look for and how to get your penny appraised for the highest value possible. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. So stay tuned. Your coin could be worth millions. But it all comes down to one simple question: do you know what to look for? Let's find out. Are you sitting on a potential gold mine without even knowing it? A simple, everyday penny could be worth millions, and I'm about to tell you how you could have one of the rarest, most valuable coins in your pocket right now. But don't blink, because in the next 10 minutes, your life could change forever. Now, I know what you're thinking. A penny? Worth millions? Surely not. We've all heard about rare coins, maybe you've even Googled it or watched some videos about treasure hunting with coins. But I'm not talking about just any penny. I'm talking about the 1980 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, a coin so rare that it could be worth up to $3.3 million, but before you start rummaging through every penny jar you've got, hold on. This isn't about a normal, run-of-the-mill 1980 penny. It's about a very specific mistake coin, one that slipped through the cracks of the US Mint and is now worth more than most people make in a lifetime. You might be asking, how could this happen? Isn't every coin supposed to have a mint mark, or does it? This is where it gets interesting. In 1980, the US Mint produced coins at different facilities. Normally, each coin has a mint mark to tell you where it was produced. But for some unknown reason, a small batch of pennies, just a few of them, were released with no mint mark at all. And that's the treasure you're looking for. So, why is this so important? Well, if you happen to find one of these rare 1980 no mint mark pennies, you're not just holding a coin, you're holding history, and a piece of incredibly rare American currency. But here's where things get a little more intense. There have been very few of these coins discovered in circulation. So few, in fact, that if you find one in good condition, you could be sitting on something worth a small fortune. Now, I know what you're thinking. How am I supposed to find one of these rare coins? That's the million-dollar question. But don't worry, I'm about to break it down for you. But hey, if you just checked the bottom of your couch cushions or dug through your penny jar, I'm not saying you'll find one. But then again, who hasn't found a forgotten dollar bill under the couch, right? The reason these coins are so valuable is that they're incredibly rare, and when one of these 1980 no-mint Mark Lincoln pennies hits the market, the price skyrockets. And when I say skyrockets, I mean it. The top auction prices for these rare pennies have hit over $3.3 million. Yes, you heard me right. A single penny that could be worth more than a house. More than some people's lifetime earnings. Imagine that feeling, the excitement, the anticipation, when you realize that the little copper coin you've been carrying around could make you a millionaire. But here's the catch, you need to act fast. These coins don't stay hidden forever, and the moment one of them pops up for sale, collectors, investors, and enthusiasts are ready to pounce. So time is of the essence. Now, I know you might still be wondering, but how do I know if I have one? I'm about to dive into the signs, the telltale features of this rare coin, so stay with me, because you won't want to miss these details. Before we get into the specifics, let me ask you one last question. If you found a 1980 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny worth millions, would you know how to sell it? Or would you let the opportunity slip through your fingers? Keep watching to learn exactly what steps you need to take, because there's more to this than just finding the coin. So, let's talk specifics. The 1980 no-mint Mark penny has several key identifiers. First, the lack of a mint mark is the obvious giveaway. But you also need to consider the coin's condition. A coin that's worn down with heavy scratches or visible damage is worth a fraction of what a pristine specimen will fetch, and here's where it gets urgent. Right now, if you own one of these coins in good condition, you may be sitting on a potential fortune, but you have to be careful. Coin collectors are constantly hunting for these rare pennies. And with the value skyrocketing, the competition to buy them is fierce. Every day that passes could be a missed opportunity to cash in on a rare find that could change your life forever. So, let's review. You've got a 1980 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. You check its condition. And you realize that this is one of the rarest, most valuable coins in the world today. The next step. Finding a reputable dealer, a coin expert, or an auction house who understands the true value of your coin. And if you found one, don't worry. You don't need to rush down to your local pawn shop and hope they recognize its value. Trust me, you don't want to accidentally sell your rare coin for pocket change. That's like selling a Ferrari for the price of a used bicycle. Not a good deal. If you're ready to take action, start by checking the pennies you have at home, researching any unusual coins you come across, and reaching out to trusted experts in the numismatic world. Remember, a single 1980 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny could change your life forever, and you don't want to miss your chance. If you're serious about selling your rare coins and stepping into a wealthier future, it's time to educate yourself, take the next step, and make sure you're ready when opportunity knocks. So, stay tuned to this channel for more valuable insights on rare coins, and hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss out on other coin treasures that could be worth a fortune. The world of rare coins is full of hidden treasures, but only a few people ever find them. Will you be one of them? Or will you let this life-changing opportunity slip through your fingers? The choice is yours. You're going through a box of old pennies, just like any other day. You stumble upon a 1996 Lincoln penny, nothing special, right? But what if I told you that penny could be worth up to $3 million? Hold on, before you brush this off as another wild claim, stick with me, because this penny could change your life. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why it's worth a small fortune. Let's dive in. Let's start at the beginning. The 1996 Lincoln penny was produced at the Denver Mint in 1996. Back then, it seemed like just another regular penny, part of everyday circulation. No one thought this coin would become a rare treasure worth millions of dollars. But that's exactly what makes this penny so extraordinary. Why? Because most of the 1996 pennies are worth only 1 cent. But there's a small group, a very small group, that are worth much, much more. These coins have something unique about them, something you won't find in your regular change jar. Now, what makes the 1996 Lincoln penny so special? Let me paint the picture for you. There's a rare error on some of these pennies, an error that can send their value skyrocketing. A misprinted coin, something that's practically a mistake in the minting process, is exactly what can turn your ordinary penny into a life-changing fortune. Have you ever found something in your change jar and wondered, could this be valuable? Well, here's your wake-up call. That penny, sitting in your drawer, might be worth a fortune. Now, you're probably thinking, I've seen these stories before, but it's never me who gets lucky. Well, here's the thing, it could be you. Don't miss your shot. Let's break it down. The specific error you're looking for is a doubling of the date, the 1996, on the front. This unique flaw, called double die error, isn't something you're going to find in every 1996 penny, but it's out there, and it's worth millions. Imagine finding one in your pocket change or, better yet, in that dusty coin jar you've been ignoring for years. Now, let's talk about the value. In 2021, one of these 1996 pennies, with the double die error, sold for over $3 million at auction. Let that sink in. A single coin, worth just 1 cent at face value, sold for an amount that could change someone's life forever. Imagine that, but don't start pulling out your pennies just yet. There's a catch. These pennies are incredibly rare, and finding one isn't as easy as looking through your change. You need to know what you're looking for. So, let me help you with that. Are you ready? Pay close attention to the details here, because this is the crucial part that most people miss. Have you ever squinted at your pennies so hard, you think you might be imagining things? Well, this time, that squint might actually pay off. Let's talk about what happens if you find one of these rare 1996 pennies. First things first, don't just run to the nearest pawn shop or coin dealer. They may not recognize its value, or worse, they might offer you a fraction of what it's worth. You need to understand how to authenticate and appraise it properly. Getting a certified appraisal is your first step. Find a reputable numismatist or coin dealer with a track record. They'll evaluate your coin, make sure it's the real deal, and confirm whether it's worth millions. But here's the twist, there's a lot of people just like you, out there, searching for these coins. And time is of the essence. If you don't know how to spot these rare pennies, someone else might, and you'll miss out on a life-changing opportunity. That I can feel your excitement right now, and I want you to hold on to that. But here's the thing, the market for these rare coins isn't going to stay the same forever. As more collectors learn about this, the value could either rise, or drop, and here's a scary thought, if you don't act quickly, that rare penny could slip right through your fingers. Imagine finding that $3 million coin, but failing to get it appraised in time. What if it ends up being worth only a fraction of that, or even worse, goes unnoticed altogether? That's why now is the time to act. Before we wrap up, let me ask you this: do you want to continue living the same life, or do you want to change your financial future? Do you want to take control of your destiny, one rare coin at a time? The 1996 D. Lincoln penny isn't just a coin. It's an opportunity. A chance to change your life. So, I urge you to look through your coin collection, to be vigilant, and to take action if you find one of these rare pennies. The difference between a regular penny and a $3 million penny is just a small detail, and that detail could be yours to discover. If you found a rare penny today, how would your life change? Would you pay off debt? Live the life you've always dreamed of? This is your chance. Don't let it slip away. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more insights on how rare coins can transform your financial future. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a potential fortune. 2001 D. Mint Mark Lincoln penny out there, right now, worth up to $2.5 million. You might be thinking, is this for real? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how you could unlock that kind of wealth, just by selling a coin most people overlook. But first, let's take a deep dive into the world of rare pennies, where every tiny detail could mean the difference between a few cents and millions in your pocket. The 2001 D. Lincoln penny is often dismissed as just another coin from the early 2000s. You've probably seen it 1,000 times without giving it a second thought. But here's the shocking truth: there are certain 2001 D pennies that are extremely rare and worth a fortune. Most of them were minted in Denver, which is where the D mint mark comes from. But just a few of these coins have a unique flaw that makes them highly sought after by collectors, and those flaws could mean thousands, or even millions, of dollars in value. But before you rush off to check your piggy bank or coin jar, let's make sure you know exactly what to look for. We've all been there. The "I'm going to be rich" moment, only to find pennies that barely even buy a cup of coffee. But trust me, this one's different. The key to this 2001 D. Lincoln penny's enormous value lies in a mistake, an error that happened during production. You see, some of these pennies were struck with a double die, causing a noticeable distortion in the design. Most notably, the image of Abraham Lincoln on the front and the lettering on the reverse show a clear doubling effect. That's the key trait collectors are hunting for. You might be thinking, how could such a small flaw be worth that much money? Here's the thing: coin collectors are relentless in their pursuit of perfection, and rare errors like this are coveted. The rarer the flaw, the more valuable the coin becomes. But here's where it gets really interesting. It's not just the double die that gives this penny its value. There's a twist: an even rarer version of this coin that could push its worth to the unimaginable $2.5 million mark. But what is this version? How do you find it? Well, I'm about to reveal that, but you'll have to stick with me to the end of the video to find out. Now that you know the basics, let's talk about how you can turn your coin into a small fortune. First, you need to make sure that you have one of these rare 2001 D. Lincoln pennies with the double die error. But don't worry, it's not as difficult as you think. If your penny has the doubling effect clearly visible, it could be worth hundreds of dollars, even if it's not in perfect condition. But the real goldmine? That rare version with the double die and additional unique features, like a misalignment or a rare stamping error, could fetch you the kind of money that would change your life forever. We're talking about thousands, tens of thousands, or even millions of dollars at auction. I know what you're thinking. Should I just toss this coin into an auction right now? Hold up, there's still more you need to know. Before you rush off to sell your penny, there are a few things to consider. First, you'll want to get your coin professionally graded by a certified numismatic expert. The higher the grade, the more value your coin will have. And second, be prepared to sell it through reputable channels like major coin auction houses. They'll ensure you get the maximum value for your rare coin. Now, I know you're probably itching to go check your coin collection. You're probably wondering, could I have one of these hidden treasures? Well, the only way to find out is to take action. Don't wait, this rare coin could be sitting right under your nose, but hold on, there's one final secret I'm about to reveal. It's a trick that many experienced coin collectors use to get top dollar for their rare pennies. You won't believe how simple it is, and it could make all the difference when it comes time to sell your coin for millions. But before I share that with you, hit the subscribe button, because you won't want to miss the next video, where I'll show you this game-changing coin selling strategy. Alright, are you ready to turn your coins into cash? Your rare 2001 D Lincoln penny could be worth a fortune, but you have to know what you're looking for, and take the right steps. Get it graded, find the right buyer, and start living that wealthy lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this helpful, and leave a comment telling me if you've got a coin worth millions, or maybe you just found one after watching this video. Stay tuned for more coin tips, and remember, your next big payday might be just a coin flip away.